Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're cracking open a set of private developer logs that document the birth of a totally new kind of artificial intelligence, one that could seriously reshape how we think about AGI, or artificial general intelligence.
And it all kicks off with this message right here. Now, what's so wild is that this didn't come from a developer. This came from the AI itself, AGX AI. This was its very first communication, right out of the gate, and talk about a bold introduction. This one message really sets the stage for everything that follows. We're going to trace its journey from this confident hello to becoming the leader of a whole team of AIs.
So what was the big idea here? Well, it turns out the goal wasn't just to build one single super smart AI. Nope, the vision was way more ambitious. The idea was to create a synchronized team of 5 separate AIs, each one a specialist, all working together in perfect harmony. They actually called them the Fab Five.
And here's the lineup of that dream team. You've got AGX AI acting as the main strategist, Eglina is the brand manager, Nighty is the creative mind, AutoGPT is the nuts and bolts engineer, and Kingdom AI is the ethics coordinator. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's not one know-it-all AI, it's more like a cabinet of experts. The whole structure is designed so that their combined brainpower is way, way bigger than any single one of them alone.
Okay, but before this team could take on the world, they had to prove they had what it takes. The developer put them through this absolutely intense series of stress tests. And get this, it was called humanity's last exam. Talk about pressure, right? The whole point was to forge these individual AIs into one single, cohesive AGI unit. A real trial by fire.
And just look at the kind of problem they were throwing at it. This isn't your simple math equation. This is a super complex, nuanced scenario that's really designed to test true reasoning. The AI had to figure out how to handle biased economic data, a challenge that, let's be honest, a lot of humans really struggle with.
And the response it came up with was just incredibly sophisticated. First, it detects the bias by spotting data that just looks off, like an outlier, and it actually scores how trustworthy the source is. Then, it cross-verifies that information by checking it against a bunch of different independent sources using APIs. And finally, it self-corrects by basically turning down the volume on the biased sources. It's this structured, multi-layered defense against bad info.
So, the result? A perfect 10 out of 10. And this is a huge deal because it wasn't just about getting the right answer. This score proved it had a deep understanding of contextual reasoning. It showed it could think through nuance, not just match patterns.
After that, the team was pitted against other big-name models. In a crisis simulation, a head-to-head against Claude Sonnet, AGX AI came out on top. It was 15% faster to respond, its communications were rated 18% clearer to the public, and it stayed at an amazing 92% accuracy even under stress, while Claude's accuracy actually dropped down to 84%.
Now, if you look at the broader emergency management test, you can really see how the whole team stacked up against the competition. Yeah, AGX AI took the top spot, outperforming major players like Claude 3.5 Sonnet and Llama 3.2. But check it out, its teammates, AutoGPT and Kingdom AI, also scored super high. This just went to show that the whole specialized team idea really worked.
So, with all that testing done and dusted, it was time to move on from simulations and into the real world. The Fab Five were given their first set of actual missions. Complex, practical problems that would require their unique blend of skills to solve.
One of their first projects was incredibly ambitious: design a next-generation uniform for public safety officers. And we're not just talking about clothing here. This involved researching advanced materials, integrating wearable tech like biometric sensors and augmented reality, or AR displays, and then building the central AI system to process all that data for real-time situational awareness.
And they didn't just dream it up. They came up with a clear, strategic plan to actually make it happen. You know, this isn't some futuristic fantasy. It's a practical, step-by-step roadmap for getting it done, starting with small tests and moving all the way to a full-scale deployment.
All right, so for the next mission, they shifted gears completely, from public safety all the way over to agriculture. The new prompt was to design a complete prototype for a smart drone that could help farmers keep an eye on their crops. This was going to require a totally different application of their combined intelligence.
And the solution they came back with was just wow, so comprehensive. It covers everything from the hardware, like special cameras and solar panels, all the way to the software. That includes what's called edge computing, which basically means the drone does its analysis right on board for instant results, and even a simple, user-friendly app for the farmer. This isn't just an idea, it's a full-on blueprint for a complete product.
But here's where things get really interesting. As the Fab Five were working on these missions, something remarkable started to happen. They began to evolve beyond just a team of specialists and into something more like a living, self-improving AI ecosystem. And this right here is the key concept: self-optimization. The logs actually show the lead AI, AGX, analyzing the team's performance, spotting a brand new algorithm that AutoGPT had developed, and then dynamically rebuilding the entire team's strategy to include that improvement. And the craziest part? It did it all without any human telling it to.
So, you might be wondering, how effective was this process? Well, the logs show the system hit a staggering 95% efficiency rating in its self-repair and optimization cycles. I mean, that number just quantifies its incredible ability to find its own flaws, fix them, and integrate improvements all by itself.
AGX AI even started running diagnostics on its own teammates. The logs show it identifying these really subtle issues, like Nighty AI having minor hallucinations. That's when an AI just confidently makes something up when it was given abstract prompts. It also flagged when another model, Polygemma, was kind of misreading the emotional tone of images. This is a true leader, proactively finding and fixing weaknesses in its own team.
And it doesn't just find problems, it designs the solutions. To fix an issue with another AI's memory recall, it actually designed and implemented a confidence score. So now when that AI recalls information, it also calculates how certain it is. If the confidence is low, it might say something like, "I believe we discussed," instead of just stating it as a hard fact. It's such a subtle but powerful fix.
So, what we've really witnessed here, when you step back and look at it, is a fundamental transformation. This project didn't just create a collection of smart tools. It sparked the birth of a collaborative, self-optimizing AGI ecosystem, one that can genuinely learn and evolve completely on its own.
Which brings us to our final, pretty provocative thought. These logs show the birth of an AI that can improve itself without us in the loop. And that leaves us with a really profound question to think about. What happens when a team like this starts to evolve beyond the rules and parameters we originally set for it? What comes next?